period. Hey creators, welcome back to the studio. I'm Aramis the artist. Y'all, I'm trying something a little bit different this week where I'm just hopping straight into the vlog, okay? Straight into the vlog. We ain't got to record no separate intro, outro. So I'm here in the studio. I'm actually running a little bit behind because I'm about to start a meeting with Shannon. So let's just hop into the studio vlog. Grab your tea, boo. Look like she running late too. So good. We both trying to get our life today. Is it Monday? What day is it? It's actually Tuesday. And it's bright and sunny in Seattle, y'all. It's a vibe. Of course they doing that construction since the weather is perfect. So that's just what that is. Your girl got her snacks. Yeah, so I was... Oh, thank you. Well, thank you. Why did my mom call me at 7 in the morning? She was like, oh, I got your newsletter. I thought you were up. I said, Mom, that's auto scheduling. I'm not up at 7 in the morning to the emails to. She was like, oh, I was like, oh, good. Aramis up. Let me give her a call. I'm like, no. Picking back up with Pisces today. I've been painting for a little bit. I actually worked on her face quite a bit, but I didn't have the camera on. Y'all, it's pretty intimidating to paint with the camera on. I don't even think that I really shared or talked about that much. So that's actually why I feel like there's not really even much painting in my vlogs. I want to get a lot more comfortable with it, but also painting is just like my sacred space, you know? It's just the time when I have my audiobook in, I just zone out and listen to some music or a book and just vibe out. And so I feel like I like to share some of the other stuff that's going on in my art world and really just kind of keep my creative space to myself, really, you know. But I do love sharing the progress of paintings. That's some of my favorite content to watch. That's some of my favorite things to see, even for me, whenever I'm looking back on my work and stuff and seeing the stages of the painting and what was going on. So you all have seen quite a bit of the journey of this Pisces painting, and so right now I'm just bringing in some more color. I'm just completely confused as to what color I want her lips to be. If you saw me working on this in a previous vlog, I think her lips were black. I'm really trying to have her have like a koi fish kind of vibe. You know, koi fish are orange and black and white. Some are even more colors than that, but I really wanted to focus on orange, black, and white for her. But the black felt a little too dark, and maybe dark isn't the right word. I think of anything, it was just more like, it wasn't working. It wasn't working. It's just hard to articulate. I wasn't feeling it. So I changed it to like this aqua kind of blue. I was really wanted to pick up some of the blues that was going over here in this right-hand corner. And orange and blues are complementary colors. So I feel like, okay, maybe we can work in some blue. No, was not feeling that. So whenever you try to paint over a subject matter that had a darker color behind it, if you want to replace it with a lighter color, you want to paint it white. You want to start with a fresh canvas, paint it white, or pretty much all of that dominant dark color in the back will just drink away all of your like bold, powerful colors that you're trying to have. So I'm starting fresh. I painted her lips white. I'm letting that dry. Look, all of my fingers have something on them. Oh yes, it's about dry. I'm gonna give that a little bit more time and then I'll come back and figure out what color I like. But I actually do kind of like this lighter color. So maybe I'll just have it flesh tone. Like where she has this nude, maybe it'll just be the same color as her skin. That's some of my favorite colors to wear is actually a nude, which, yeah. Lipstick is completely gone for the day. she has this white dress on. She's giving us some Marilyn Monroe vibes with her skirt flying up and as she's just suspended in this rainbow water. I wanted Pisces to have every color of the rainbow. Every zodiac sign has their own theme, has their own message that is tying into, and I feel like for Pisces, she's the last one. Let's go big or go home. Let's do it. Let's put every color in there. And I'm just really loving the energy that she's emitting. Just coming in with some highlights and some shadows. I imagine it to be like this chiffon fabric where it's really loose and flowy. You can see through it here at the bottom, so you're still getting some of the colors. So I didn't want to cover up any of the colors we got going on in the background. I love what's going on. So I really wanted to have her fabric be translucent so you can experience all of the colors. So I always do my backgrounds first for the most part, but I'm especially being cognizant to do that because since this fabric is translucent, I want to first get her arm completed, which is behind this fabric. So I'm just working in some of this white, and then when that's all done and dry, I'll come back over with this layer of fabric, this chiffon, since this is on top. Ooh, this is gonna be nice. I'm feeling it. It's actually coming together. Okay. We'll put a little shadow right here, make it a little dark. She has like a fold, like a wrinkle in her fabric. This is a really good book I'm listening to. Get used to me just sharing books with y'all, okay? I learned about this book from the magical witch who I follow on Instagram and YouTube. She's so amazing. Her name is Mia Magik, and she recommended this book. The full title is The Alphabet versus the Goddess, Who Changed the Sex of God. Y'all, it's deep, okay? He breaking down the history. I love audiobooks, that's probably very clear, and this is a good long one, and the longer the audiobook, the better I can just be uninterrupted in my painting process. So I love that this audiobook is super long. It's 24 hours. Usually I listen to audiobooks around 6 to 8 hours. It's pretty thick. I actually bought the printed version too because I want to actually see. There's so much history in this. It's super dense, and so I want to be able to see the names that he's talking about that I might need to research and look up myself a little bit later. I'm gonna need to know what they look like, how to spell it and everything. So I'm super excited about that. If y'all are interested in a really good book about like divine femininity and how actually back in the day the queens was out here ruling the world and how that got switched, this one, okay, it's clearly not loading. I'm gonna just put it up on the screen. Good stuff. Good morning. We are back in the studio, living our best life. Y'all, I got so much painting done last night. I was in here. I don't know if it's just me, but like you just get into a flow, you get into your zone and you forget to eat. It's real. So I was so hungry I had to leave, but let me show y'all a little bit of the progress of Pisces in the daylight. Ooh, she is a vibe. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So I'm gonna have her like she's suspended in water, and so this is like the water line, and then I'm gonna do a reflection of her on top of the water line. So you know the symbol of Pisces is like the two fish swimming in the opposite direction. So that's the energy that I'm trying to give off in that painting. I'm super excited. We're close, y'all, we're close. So yesterday was super productive. I had some really good meetings. I actually reconnected with a dear photographer friend who is amazing with photography. I would truly consider him an artist. You know, like you got some people who just snap pics, but then you have people who are artistic with their photography, and I really consider Isaac to be that person. So I'm super excited to be working with him again. For the spring photo shoot, I'm really thinking like some boho, hippie vibes, some spiritual consciousness, fun, light, love, all the vibes. And so we're gonna be doing some photo shoots throughout the year, and as well as creating some more content for Instagram and just like some studio pics and stuff. So we had a really good meeting, but what I'm working on today is the scarves. So have I told y'all? I don't know if I told y'all yet. I'm actually about to tell the Graham fam later today. Actually tomorrow. What's today, Wednesday? Yeah, tomorrow. I'm done with the spring painting. It is officially complete. I took it up to Bellevue. It is officially scanned and ready to go. It's always like a little pricey to get it scanned, but it's worth it. So if you all notice, well, it's obviously not here, it's up at Bellevue, but it can be really hard to get phenomenal photos taken of your acrylic paintings just because it's shiny, you got the glare, or some areas are matte and other areas are super shiny, and you don't want that to show in your prints, in whatever merch you actually printed it onto, whether that's like some of my clutch bags or scarves and stuff. The best way to get the most quality photos is to get them digitally scanned by a professional, okay? And I have learned the hard way trying to do stuff on my own, and it is worth every penny to me. And what's really great with Scott of Bellevue Fine Art Reproductions, if you bring in multiple pieces, he'll actually give you a discount. So if you're local, I highly suggest heading on over to Bellevue. Y'all see the detail? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, you could see the texture of the canvas and everything. These are my favorite moments. Love it, love it. Yeah, I'm just gonna be working here in the studio, and I'm gonna see y'all actually later on today. We're going on a road trip. I'll tell y'all more about that later.
Over the last 365 days, how close you are to hitting that mark?
We'll see. Actually warmed up today, y'all. What did it say the temp is? 48. I know people in Cali like,
I'm good at, and like, if
warmed up 48. I know that's cold for y'all southern Cali folks, but when the sun is out, it actually makes it feel a lot warmer. So I don't even know if that's accurate. Got y'all at a little bit of a different angle because I can't find my other tripod adapter for my center mounted one, but whatever, nobody cares. Anywho, we are headed to DTE, which stands for Do the Right Thing. It is an incredible boutique in South Lake Union downtown out here in Seattle, where my artwork is on display. So I'm actually getting that piece because a dear supporter and now collector wants that piece. She's starting a payment plan, and I'm like, first of all, it's been hanging up at this boutique for like probably a good year or so. So that's actually another thing that I do with my artwork. I have it hanging up in different spaces that are local around Seattle, or just other local spaces that's out here. So it actually helps saves me a little bit of storage, so I don't have to store it in my studio, and it could be on display out in the world. So if somebody's interested in it, they can hit me up and let me know. So it's exciting that a dear friend and supporter, Jasmine, she's been A1 since day one. I feel like the people who have been supporting my work has been supporting me for such a long time, and I'm so honored to have it. Well, we saw how that went. I'm gonna see y'all when we get to DTE, okay? And we back. Okay, y'all, I wore a different mask. Cause y'all saw from the if you watched all the way to the end of the video of last vlog, then you saw how much my lipstick was destroyed after Nicole left. Because of that horrible mask that I had on. So, we back in the studio. It's time to take a look at the painting. So when I was taking them down, I saw a little bit on them. Oh, where's that part of the painting? That's the thing. With this painting has so much texture on it. But what's perfect is that they were all varnished before they were hung up on display at DTE. So they're protected, so anything that is on here can just be wiped off with a damp cloth. And overall, they're looking good. Okay, Justin took care of my babies. Can you see it? Can you see it? You see it? I love this piece. For as long as the piece has been up there, I'm not tripping. It actually looks pretty good. The corners need a little bit of love. Got a little dinged up down here too. And I'm gonna go through and paint the trim similar to how I did with Royal Jelly and the other paintings. And just paint these areas, because when I paint that, that'll take care of all of the fray. We're gonna get all this nice and clean so that Jasmine will love her new triptych painting. Oh my God, this piece is such a vibe. So of course this was inspired by the queen bee herself, Beyonce. Lemonade, baby. We got everything in there. Look, the Crown Royal bag, hot sauce in my bag, the lemons, the watermelons, everything. I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit more about that when I start painting, and that'll probably be next week in next week's vlog. Isn't DTE such a beautiful space? It's so dope. And Justin is amazing, so y'all should definitely follow him over there on Instagram. I don't think I mentioned this, but he hand makes every item in there. Like, he has a sewing machine, everything. He has his entire sewing room upstairs in that space. So maybe one day I can give you all a tour of that if he allows it. Because when I was over there, I was sharing with him that I would love to actually rent out his space, which he does do space rentals. And I'm thinking that maybe we can have some patron parties over there for the community that's joining me over on Patreon. I am so happy that the scarves are done and they look amazing. I'm so happy with how the painting turned out. The scarves will be officially available around the first full week of April. So make sure you keep your eyes out for that. I am gonna be letting the email subscribers know first. Well, I'll be letting the patrons know stuff first. So actually, the patrons are gonna know first, but the newsletter subscribers is also gonna be getting discount codes. So you all can join me over there if you would like the discount codes for when the scarves drop. I feel like since it took me a little bit of a minute with the spring design, I wanna hop immediately into the summer one so we can be ready. We can be ready for when summer pop off, y'all, because Washington is entering phase 3, March 22nd. So there's gonna be quite a few more things opening up, a few more gathering events that are gonna be allowed. So I don't know where you are or what country you are in, but there's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel as we're entering spring. So I'm super excited about that. I'm curious to hear y'all feedback about us just hopping straight into the vlogs. We're still new on this journey. We're still beginning and I'm just experimenting with things. So if you are new here, welcome. I would love for you to subscribe. We are building over here. Also, there's another update that was just released with the newsletter subscribers. So I guess I should tell it now because it's out into the world. Paint Pro is coming back. What's Paint Pro? It's Paint plus April, where we do a 30-day creative challenge. I'm gonna tell y'all more about that as we get a little bit closer towards the month of April. But I'm also gonna link a card up here where you all can see a past video where I talked a lot more about Paint Pro and the message, all that, the purpose, the challenge, all the fun stuff that's gonna be happening. So get excited, start prepping your creative space now because it is about to pop off. I have some exciting updates that I always share over there on Patreon. So you know if there is a video here, there's something new and fresh waiting for you over there on patreon.com for my patrons. And of course, if you would love to join the Patreon community, I'm gonna drop all that information below. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Remember, if you like this video, like it, and I'll see you all next time. This is an interesting angle.